Hello, hello, everybody. I start my live and a train is coming. Isn't that just my luck when I am doing one of these by myself? So I apologize as you hear the train go by. If I had heard it a second earlier, I would have just started it 2 minutes late. Okay, that's not so bad. Deb, I'm glad to see that you're in here early. I didn't realize that was a feature that we could do without me actually saying I was live. So that's a lot of fun, actually. I'm curious as to what the screen looked like. I hope it wasn't me struggling with what I was doing before we got started. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining me up there on Facebook. I appreciate it. And happy belated birthday. Super exciting. Hope you had a wonderful day. And YouTube is telling me that Plum Crazy Adventures is live now. Woohoo! It's working. All right. As you guys can see, as people start to get in here, I am solo this evening. So bear with me. Probably won't be quite as long as it normally is because I won't have a voice by the end of it if that is the case. But I thought you guys would appreciate our Christmas decorations and stuff instead of a background. So this is Noah's Christmas tree. He decided that he wanted to put up one of his own Christmas trees. I have smaller ones that I put up from time to time. They were my only trees one year, the year Nick was born, and then sometimes I put two up, sometimes I only put one, sometimes I never know what I'm doing every year in my house for Christmas. So we have two Christmas trees up this year, and Noah, he wanted to do this one, and this is his red and white tree. He loves his Cardinals, and so get to feature it this evening. I'm all excited. So to go ahead and get us started, because I see that we've only got a few people in each one, but it looks like I've got sound, so we're good to go. I wanted to talk about updates for Universal, both in Hollywood and over in Orlando. Also updates in Walt Disney World and Disneyland, because it's been a while since I've done an update live with you guys, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. So to kick it off, let's go ahead and start with the West Coast, because I know a lot of you tend to travel more so to Orlando instead of the West Coast. Now, super exciting news about traveling to the West Coast. What is going on with this girl, guys? This is why I shouldn't be left to my own devices. Hi, Deb. Thanks for joining us up on Facebook, too. So Breeze Airways just announced about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, that they were going to start doing nonstop flights from Pittsburgh International Airport to New Orleans. Super exciting because that's a place I've always wanted to go, where it's been punching around the idea of maybe doing a big group of us going down to Orlando at the beginning of October around our anniversary. It'll be 13 years, so I think that's a fun year to maybe do Halloween in New Orleans for our anniversary. Maybe. Tell us what you guys think of that, if you would want to go with us, or if you would want to watch videos of us going and doing that. Definitely would love to hear your thoughts. And then about 2 weeks ago, Breeze Airways announced that they are also going to start doing nonstop air from Pittsburgh International Airport to not LAX, the Wayne Airport, which is the one that is just south of LAX. So it's the smaller airport, and it is in Orange County, which is where Disneyland is. Yay! So I heard that and I was like, when does that start? Like, how soon can I get myself back out to Disneyland? Because I want to go back. So super excited. So if that's something that you guys have been thinking about doing, but you haven't because you don't want to have to do a layover, or let's face it, I mean, a 5.5-hour flight is not fun for anybody. Definitely talk to us, because maybe this nonstop with Breeze Airways would be a good fit for you to be able to finally go out there and experience Disneyland or Universal Hollywood. And there's a few reasons why you might want to do that. So over at Universal Hollywood, Um, they just brought their construction walls down around their Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium. They do not have that out there yet. It will be opening shortly, it looks like, which is super exciting. And of course, you're going to have those over the top milkshakes. They have a really eclectic menu. If you are kind of adventurous in your foods, it's a really great place to check out. So I'm glad that they're bringing that out to Universal Hollywood. Also, their Jurassic World ride, River Adventure ride, that will be reopening from its refurbishment on December 16th. So super exciting. Like they just got it refurbished and did some little spiffy updates and everything to it. So nothing major, at least nothing that they have announced that's major. I don't know. I might hear something completely different after Friday that, oh, they did this. Universal likes to do that to us. So definitely excited about that. Also, they just put in 2 giant pteranodons into the Jurassic Outfitters store, which is the store that you come out of when you ride Jurassic World River Adventure out there in Hollywood. So that's a lot of fun. I think it's great. For those of you that may not be as familiar with Universal Hollywood, it is just one park, and it's more of a studio lot that has kind of been converted into a park. And what I mean by that is, hang on just a second. I can't do 2 things at once. Okay. So Universal Hollywood, obviously, it is very much a backlot. Okay, they have the backlot studio tour that's like 45 minutes long, and when you do that, you get to go through all of these different working studio backlots, and you get to see certain things being worked. Sometimes you then you go into certain sets that are like considered like live sets, and you get to do things like Earthquake or be a part of Kong. Fast and Furious is all part of that. So it's a really different experience from what we get when we are at Orlando. And it's something that I think everybody should check out at some point if they have the opportunity to. I think it's really cool. But the biggest reason why you might want to think about doing a Universal Hollywood trip and using Breeze Airways to get yourself out to Southern California is Super Nintendo World is supposed to be opening right in 2023. And I think it's going to be sooner rather than later because they just announced, or people have been taking photos because you can look down into Super Nintendo World from the upper lot. There's upper and lower lot too, fun fact. But they can look down into Super Nintendo World, and they just hung Bowser's head over top of Bowser's castle. And this thing looks so cool, and I cannot wait to check this out. So I was there 36 years ago. See, Chris, like you know what I'm talking about. It is a completely different experience compared to when you go to Orlando. Orlando is very much a theme park that resembles a studio backlot. Not to say that they don't still film things there, but it was built in the mind of being a theme park, whereas Universal Studios Hollywood, it was a studio backlot, and then they decided to turn it into a theme park. So it's really interesting. And then also the fact that it's on separate levels and it's right in the Hollywood Hills. So you get some really great shots of the Hollywood sign on clear days and different things. It's a really unique place to go and visit. But speaking of Super Nintendo World opening there, they did have a small kiosk open just this week, and they are selling what they're calling fruity cream sodas. And I think these are kind of cool. I don't drink soda any longer, but I might decide to. The one is Princess Peach's Peach Soda. Who could have guessed that? And then there's Mario's Strawberry Soda. And then there's Luigi's Green Apple Soda. Now, I'm going to tell you, like, I would probably get 1 or 2 of these just to try it, especially if it has like a souvenir mug or something that it's coming in. But honestly, what I want is the giant star popcorn bucket, because anybody that has played Super Mario, you know you want the star, and they have turned that into a giant popcorn bucket. And I'm just like geeking out over here going, I want the popcorn bucket. So I need Scott with me. I need to be moderated a little bit. I apologize. Also, they have the mushroom sippers. So they have the red mushroom head, Mr. Toad. They have just his head, and it is a sipper. They also have the green one up mushroom. That is also a sipper, which I thought was really neat. And I'm like, oh, I kind of want those too. I have no idea where I'm going to put them because we have no room for anything like that. But I want them. And if we get out there next summer, I'm probably going to end up bringing them home because that's just what I do. So that's probably about everything right now for Universal Hollywood. They don't tend to have nearly as many updates as some of the other places just because they're not nearly as big. So bear with me as I drink my hot tea. I'm trying to make sure I keep my voice this evening. Now out at Disneyland, I love Disneyland. Cannot wait to go back. We've been talking about it. I have no idea when it's going to work out, but I'm hoping with Breeze Airways doing this, it's going to get that much more like, oh, like this might be a reality for us. So Disneyland is actually celebrating their 100 years of the Disney company. Okay, so they've only been open for 76 years, but the Disney company itself, starting with Snow White, has officially been open for 100 years. And that is a super exciting thing. That is something they're celebrating out there at Disneyland because obviously his studio and everything was out there. So I think that's a really cool thing that you guys can go and experience. Also, starting in end of January and into February, they are bringing back their Disneyland After Dark Sweetheart Nights. And I think this is a really cool thing. It is a separately ticketed event. It's geared specifically for couples to be able to come in. They have dates for January 31st, February 2nd, 5th, 7th, 9th, 14th, or the 16th. And you get to go into the park with less crowds and just have a wonderful time with some themed entertainment with your special someone. And I think that's an amazing thing that you can do while you're out there. Now, they also have a brand new event that they're putting on with only 2 nights so far, and that is the Disneyland After Dark Princess Night. And so this is going to be really heavily focused on all the princesses. So I think that's really cute. Tickets do go on sale for the general public starting on December 14th, which happens to be Wednesday. So if you guys are thinking about maybe doing Disneyland and you're like, oh, there's something that's a separately ticketed event. I really like doing Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party or the Halloween party, or maybe you did one of the after hours events that they do more in the summertime, and you're like, I want to do that when I go out to Disneyland. Well, we've got some dates here so we can get those booked for you before they sell out. So definitely reach out to me for that. And a bonus, if you happen to be a Disney Visa card member, which we are, you can save up to 30% on select stays at Disneyland Resort hotels from January 9th through March 9th. Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining us this evening. And that is going to be for stays from Sunday through Thursday. Now, obviously, if you're going to stay like Friday night, Saturday night, you're still going to get a discount. It's just not going to be the full 30, like up to the 30%. It's going to be a smaller discount for those particular nights. So I think that's a really great option. Out at Disneyland, which is out in California, there's only 3 Disneyland hotels. There is the Disneyland Hotel. There is the Disney Pixar Pier Hotel. I think that's what the new name is called. They're in the middle of refurbishing that one. And then there is the Grand Californian Lodge as well. So definitely the Grand Californian is the one that I want to stay at. That's my bucket list. I want to have the room that overlooks California Adventure Park. And it would be even more bonus, and I don't know if it's possible, but if possible, being able to have the room that faces out and seeing World of Color from my room, my balcony at night. I think that would be amazing. So that's my bucket list. Let me see here. Oh, super excited about this. In case you didn't have enough reasons to go, Magic Happens Parade. Now, this is a parade that just started in 2020. Only ran for maybe like 3 weeks before the world completely shut down. And it was a really cool parade. It had really beautiful floats. It was kind of like the precursor for the iridescence that you see at Walt Disney World now. And there was like this beautiful Moana float and really great music. And I'm so excited that they're bringing it back. And it will be back starting on February 24th of 2023. So if parades and fireworks, things like that are what you are really into with Disney, definitely reach out to me because magic happens. It's going to be back and I'm so excited. So definitely reach out to me for that. Lunar New Year. This is something that is a Disneyland California Adventure or Disney California Adventure specific event. They do not do this over in Walt Disney World, which I think is a shame. But this event, the Lunar New Year event, will be returning January 20th through February 15th out there at California Adventure Park. So we are actually going to be celebrating the Year of the Rabbit, which in the little bit of research that I did before I started this, the rabbit is one of the luckiest zodiac signs. So a lot of people are like, this is the year of luck. So hopefully 2023, very lucky year for everybody. And then what I think is also really cool is because they do a lot of different Pan-Asian cultures. They're also going to be recognizing the Vietnamese zodiac calendar. And the Vietnamese zodiac calendar, it's actually the year of the cat. So you're going to see both of those featured here in California Adventure Park from January 20th through February 15th. And reason why I think this is really cool, first off, it's really interesting to learn about the cultures and the different things that are happening and why they celebrate Lunar New Year. And why it's not during our New Year as well, honestly. So there's a lot of really interesting things that you can learn during this event. But also, you get to meet Mulan and Mushu. And anybody who knows me knows that Mulan is my favorite princess. And how can you not like Mushu? I mean, come on. Like, you might want to strangle him sometimes, but you love him. The Mulan's Lunar New Year procession, which is basically like a smaller parade, that's going to be the centerpiece of the event. And I think it is really cool that they're bringing that back. And it's going to pretty much be in full swing because they haven't really brought things back full force yet. Or at this point they have, but this will be the first year for the Lunar New Year that they're bringing it back full force since 2019, or 2020. So I'm really, really excited about that. There's one other thing. Disney's California Adventure Food and Wine Festival. They do theirs in the spring, whereas Epcot's and Walt Disney World, they do theirs in the fall. So the Food and Wine Festival is actually from March 3rd through April 25th. It's not very long, honestly, especially compared to ours. Ours goes on forever. Now, the one over in California Adventure, it is going to include 12 festival marketplaces. And while they are doing the Food and Wine Festival out there, they are bringing back Soarin' over California. Like, how cool is that? I think it's really neat that they keep bringing that back off and on. I think it's a really great thing. And I would definitely go out there and ride that because I've never ridden Soarin' over California. I've only done the Soarin' that you see in Walt Disney World. So I think that would be really, really cool to experience. So soaring around the world instead of soaring over California. Okay. Did I cover everything? At some point, Disneyland Splash Mountain is going to be closed and be refurbed because they are saying that it's going to be open in 2024, but they have not announced when they're going to be doing that. Unlike Walt Disney World, Well, Disney World announced that they are closing Splash Mountain on January 23rd, 2023. And I am really sad about this. Don't get me wrong, I'm really excited about Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I just wish that they would keep the original Splash Mountain in Walt Disney World and turn Splash Mountain out in Disneyland into Tiana's Bayou Adventure. So that's how I feel about it. But I know they have their reasons, so I'm sure I will enjoy it. But if you're curious, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is where you're going to join Louise and Tiana. Louise is the alligator that plays the trumpet in the movie, and they're preparing to host for a one-of-a-kind celebration during Mardi Gras. And I love Mardi Gras. I mean, I haven't been to the real Mardi Gras yet that's in New Orleans, but I love what Universal does with it, so I know I'm going to love what Disney does with it in this ride. I think it's going to be a really fun thing. And they are bringing, and I apologize if I'm not saying this correctly, Zydeco music. And that's going to be featured throughout the ride. And what that is, Zydeco is a special blend of rhythm and blues that originated in Louisiana. And so that's why they're bringing it in here, because obviously Tiana, she's from Louisiana and the Bayou and New Orleans area. So I think it's really great that they're bringing that in. Another fun thing that they are doing through January 8th is, has anybody seen the new Disney movie Strange World? I have not. I have seen commercials for it, but I haven't seen the movie itself yet. I know I need to get better about that. But they are doing photo ops with Splat. Splat is this little blue gooey thing that looks like one of those things you had as a kid that you would like throw at the wall or the ceiling, and then you would wait for it to come down. That's what Splat looks like to me. But he is going, the photo ops are going to be at the entrance of Tomorrowland and also in Disney Springs. So if this is a movie that you guys really enjoyed, maybe your kids enjoyed it, you're planning on going down to Disney, or you live down there, definitely check out those photo ops, because I think that'd be a lot of fun. What else are they doing? Oh, Avatar, The Way of Water. That is coming out this week, believe it or not. I cannot believe it is. They're finally coming out with a new Avatar. Scott and I may have to try to go see this in theaters, because I really, really like it personally. I know it's not for everybody, but I want to go see it. Now, in order to, as a part of, I'm sorry if you guys can hear Nick laughing. They're watching Cars. Now, the Tree of Life in Animal Kingdom is doing a Avatar: The Way of Water Awakening show before their regular show that they do on top of the Tree of Life. And so I think it's really cool that they're bringing that in to help promote the movie and just kind of add in another layer of fun and uniqueness to the Animal Kingdom park. So, let me see here. The walls are officially up for Woody's Roundup Barbecue Restaurant. Now, this is at the entrance of Toy Story Land as you're coming from like the main hub area and you're going in, not from the Star Wars side. Now, the opening date isn't yet announced, but it looks as though they've got the outside pretty close to being done. They've set it up so it kind of looks like cardboard, like Andy has created this little space, and he's used an old cardboard box in order to turn it into a little restaurant and stuff that he has in his backyard. I think it's really cute, everything that they have in there. If you haven't experienced Toy Story Land, what you doing? We need to get you there, because it's amazing. So hopefully they will announce that soon, because that'll be a new sit-down restaurant that they will have. And although barbecue is not my favorite, Buzz and Woody and the gang are Nick's favorite, and so I'm sure we will end up there quite a bit once it reopens, or once it opens for the first time. All right. Let me see here. Oh, Genie Plus has made another announcement, but this one I think is actually a good one. Obviously, they've changed their pricing, so now it's a variable based on the day. You don't know how much it's going to be. As low as $15. I think it's gone up to $25 or $28 per person per day. So you just have to kind of check with that and see what the rate calendar is going to do. Hi, Chris. How are you? I feel like I just talked to you. But the good thing that they have done with the Genie Plus is you are now able to go in and modify your Lightning Lane reservations. So say, for instance, you have Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin in Magic Kingdom set for 3:05, okay? And then you are snooping around in the app and you see, oh my gosh, it is 11:45 and there is an 11:50 for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and we are already over here in Frontierland and we want to do it. Well, now you can just click modify and you can switch it over to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. You don't have to go into your app, cancel your Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin Lightning Lane, and then go back in and hope that your Big Thunder is still there and that somebody else didn't snag it already. So I think that's a really great thing. It was very clunky in how they had it working. So I'm glad that they're doing this so it's more streamlined, definitely more user friendly, especially for people that aren't there all the time and don't get to use it that much. So by the time you start to get the hang of it, a lot of these people, that maybe you've only got 2 days there. Okay, well, by the end of the second day, you're finally starting to get the hang out of it and you're done. And it's going to be different the next time you go in. So I'm glad that they're doing it so that it's a little bit more user friendly and they're allowing modifications in the Genie Plus instead of having to cancel your reservation, Lightning Lane reservation, and then hope that you can get the one that you just had. So I think that's a good thing. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about for Walt Disney World is Justin McElroy, Maria McElroy. This is my stepmom. Can you ask her anything you need to know about Disney? Yes, you definitely can. Thanks, Christopher, for the shout out. I appreciate it. So now in Epcot World Showcase, they have done several different things over the years, but I think I am most excited for what they are just launching now. And that is Disney DuckTales in the World Showcase. Now, I grew up watching DuckTales, the older version, not the one that they have on Disney Plus. And I absolutely loved it. Launchpad is one of my favorites. He's an absolute idiot, but I think he is just too funny, okay? So I really enjoyed the DuckTales franchise. Nick's starting to get into it because they've got the new series. So I think it's going to be really relevant for people because like parents and their kids are both going to enjoy playing this new interactive game. Now, this actually debuts on December 16th, which is this Friday. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you have downloaded the most recent update for the My Disney Experience app. And then you're going to join Scrooge, his nephews, and friends as they go around the World Showcase to find the 7 wonders of the world and then return them back to their rightful owners. And I think this is a really cute thing because it's not about the treasure, okay? Like and the plunder and everything like that. It's about working together, making memories and giving back. And I think that's a really great message that they're doing. Not everything has to come with a reward. And that being said, it would be kind of nice if you did get a reward at the end of it. So Disney, if you're watching, like somebody goes through and they actually get all of this stuff, it would be nice for them to get something at the end as a tangible, like, hey, like even if it's a button, like, oh, I did it, And this is a really lengthy thing. So this is not something that somebody that's coming down and is only going to be in Epcot for an afternoon is going to be able to do like the entire thing. But the beauty of this is you don't really have to. You can pick a specific country. Now, each country does have 3 separate assignments. Let me bring my hand up a little bit. Sorry about that, YouTubers. There's 3 separate assignments, and then there's one finale that you would do in each country, okay? Each mission takes anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes to complete. That's what their average is. It could take you a little bit more, take you a little bit less, just depending on how quickly you get through everything. Now, When your country is completed, you're going to receive an achievement in your My Disney Experience app, okay? And then when all of those countries are completed, you're going to unlock a final mission. And this is playable within the app itself. Hi, Becky. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. So I think this is a really fun thing that they are doing, and I definitely want to play it when I get there. It's replaced the Kim Possible that they had for a while, different things. And I just think it's a really great way to get kids engaged in doing things in World Showcase, because World Showcase is very much an adult playground, but sometimes it's a little hard to get the kids into it. I mean, Norway, obviously, you've got Frozen Ever After, so you're going to have kids like, oh, I want to meet Anna and Elsa, and I want to do this, and da da da, Curtius, and meeting the princesses there. And but then you get into like the United Kingdom Pavilion, for instance, and it's like, it is what it is. Like, I don't care about the fish and chips over at the Rose and Crown or anything like that. And you're like, no, like, this is great, you know, as an adult. So I'm glad that they're doing something that's going to kind of help keep the kids occupied in certain countries, so that adults can also enjoy their time while they're in World Showcase. Now, obviously, they're not doing, not every single country is going to be represented, at least as of right now, in the Disney DuckTales World Showcase Adventure. As of right now, they're only doing Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Japan, France, and the UK. So it's nice because you're going to get to go around the entire World Showcase. It also stinks because you're going to have to go around the entire World Showcase if you have one of those kids that's a completionist and wants to get all of them done. So I definitely think it's going to be a fun thing for you guys. I can't wait to do it when we go down next. And if anybody does get to do it before I get down there, please tell me what you thought of it, because I'm all excited and I want to know all about it. All right. I'm sorry, I am not a quick drinker. All right. So Universal Orlando is the last thing I want to talk about with you guys tonight. And there's some interesting, fun things in here, and then some really cool stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. So found a little tidbit, and I'm assuming it's true, but like I didn't fact check it. But apparently, Napa Auto Parts is now sponsoring the Fast and Furious ride in Universal Orlando. I'm like, oh, okay. That's an interesting take, and I'm surprised that Napa, of all companies, is sponsoring Fast and Furious. So I thought that was really interesting. Now, if any of you have been watching anything with social media, I'm sure you have found out and heard that there is a Minion Land that is coming to Universal Studios. Now, to be fair, when you first walk into Universal Studios, that is Production Central, okay? And they do have the Despicable Me Minion Mayhem ride that's right there on the left. Basically, as soon as you walk in to Universal Studios. Now, off to the right, where they had Shrek, that is officially going to be a brand new ride, and that is going to be called VillainCon Mission Blast, and that will be opening in the summer of 2023. Now, this one's really interesting to me because you're basically going to be stepping onto a walkway with a blaster, and you have to blast certain things and see if you can be a part of the Villainous Six, which was in Rise of Gru, if you guys got to watch the Rise of Gru movie. And so I think this is a really fun take on it. I'm curious how the standing while on a moving walkway is going to happen. I have it in my head. It's going to be a little bit like the Men in Black Alien Attack, but I'm curious as to how like the standing element and stuff works, like, because like me, I'd just kind of be like, all right, I'm just going to walk backwards and stuff and just keep shooting the same thing over and over again, you know. So I'm curious how that's gonna you'll still find a way to cheat on that one. See, I just said that. So I'm curious how that's going to work. And then also, they did also confirm that they are going to have a Minion Cafe, and that is taking over where the old Monsters Cafe used to be. So, again, I'm sad that the Universal Monsters Cafe is no longer there. I'm hoping they do something over at Epic Universe, but I think it's really cool that they're going to be bringing in the Minion Cafe. So, it, fun thing, I'm actually I don't know how to feel about it because, like me, I'm a little bit evil sometimes. JT's girlfriend Emily absolutely hates the Minions. Like she cannot stand them. She doesn't like any of it. And I'm like, man, we're going in March, and she's going to be going with us. And I'm like, man, I really, really wish that they had all of the stuff ready to go, and it was going to be Illumination Avenue, and she had no idea, and I could just like throw her into all this minion stuff. But she's going to be saved by a couple of months. So, hi Amy, thanks for joining us. Don't worry about you being late. I appreciate you coming in. So, other news, and this is just for a few of the people that I have on here that are annual pass holders for Universal Orlando. They are going to be closing the annual pass holder lounge that's over in Universal Studios, but the Betty Boop store is becoming the new Universal Orlando annual pass holder lounge. And so you're officially going to be going over to Islands of Adventures to Toon Lagoon in order to get whatever freebies happen to be available, or just to be able to go and relax and get some UOAP specific merch. So just kind of keep that in your guys' heads. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about with Universal Orlando is their escape rooms in City Walk are finally open. And it's like, oh my gosh, you guys took forever for this. So I'm really, really glad that they got them open. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, these escape rooms, they're set up more like a storyline base. And it's not so much like escape, but it's more being interactive in taking a part in the story, is my understanding of it from people that have done it for media events and such. And this is going to be Jurassic World and then Back to the Future. And I know Noah is just like, oh, I cannot wait to do the Back to the Future part of it. And then I've got JT, and he's like, I can't wait to do the Jurassic World part of it. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we are able to do that in March. If you guys are interested in doing that, it's roughly a 1-hour experience. You can purchase your tickets in advance, and tickets start at around $49.99 a person, and then they go up from there. Now, you can also do a private session, provided that they have the time slots available. And those private sessions are good for up to 8 people, and they start at $300 plus tax. So I think that's a really great thing. Obviously, I don't think Nick is going to have the patience to be able to do something like that, and I don't know if there's like an age limit on it. But I probably wouldn't do it with him, but maybe part of the group that we are going with, we might end up doing the private experience, getting up to 8 people and having them go and have a really great time. I think that would be a really great thing to do. And it's something that's a little bit different. So if you have people like us, we like to go 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times a year down to Florida. If half or more of those times are at Universal, it's like, oh, here's something new and exciting that we can do. And the way they have it set up, you can do this multiple times, and you're going to get a unique experience every time. Not to say that it's not going. You're going to have an idea of what's happening after the first time, but you're still going to enjoy it because there will be different elements that will present themselves for you. So I think it's really cool how they're doing this, and I'm glad that they're doing that. So speaking of Universal, and I've alluded to it several times, we are bringing a group of people with us on our Universal Orlando trip in March of next year, 2023. It is the first full week of March, so if you have time from the March 3rd through March 11th, we will be there. We've got people that will be going with us for part of the time and the whole time, so definitely if you can't do the entire time, that's fine. But reach out to us because we would love to be able to have you guys join us. It's a really great way. If you've never been before, you can go with some people that have been before, like us, and kind of show you the ropes on some things, or just kind of go. Things are a lot of fun when you get to have a whole big group of people that go and do it together. So we're planning on having a few firsts. One of the things I'm really excited about doing, hopefully Nick will grow like an inch and a half between now and then. He's going through a growth spurt, but if he's 48 inches tall, I think is what it is, then he is going to be tall enough to be able to ride the Mardi Gras floats. And they're actually doing a dining package where you can purchase this package, dine at one of 4 restaurants on property, and then you are guaranteed a float spot on the Mardi Gras floats, and you get to throw beads out at people. And I have wanted to do that for years, and so I'm really excited about it. If for some reason he ends up not being tall enough, or we just don't think it's going to work, I think Scott is definitely going to do it with a few of our friends because a lot of people have already expressed interest in doing it. And then obviously Nick and I will just enjoy our dinner with everybody, and then we'll find a spot and we'll just make sure that everybody throws all the beads at Nick that they possibly can. So it'll be a good time regardless. He would really enjoy seeing like Dad and people up on the float and stuff. So I think it will be a lot of fun. But other than that, if you guys are interested, definitely reach out. We are coming up on the window of having to have final payments made in the second week of January. But if it's something you're thinking about doing for a Christmas present, it's only $189 in order to put your deposit down, and then mid-January having your final package booked. So definitely reach out to us. I can show you I can get you a couple of different pricing points for the hotels that they have on site. We will be staying in the Aventura Hotel, so we're really excited about that. That's one we've done before, but it's the boys' favorite, and so I'm actually really looking forward to going back because the Bar 17 up on the rooftop is my favorite location in Universal Orlando Resort. So I'm looking forward to being able to go up there and spend some time, have a nice cocktail, and watch fireworks from up a Universal Orlando Resort. So that's what I like to do. So anywho, definitely reach out to us. My email is megan@plumcrazyadventures.com. You can also send us a message over on Facebook, Instagram, comment down on YouTube, and I would be happy to get a hold of you and get you guys some information on that trip. Okay. Like I said, I'm closing this out a little bit early because I knew I was going to end up starting to lose my voice. That's just how it goes. So, with all that being said, make sure that you're following us on Facebook, Instagram. Also, make sure you're following us on YouTube. We are officially 8 people away from having 200 subscribers, which is bonkers to me. I promise I'm going to try to get better about my posting schedule for YouTube. I apologize. I've been incredibly busy. December is just like, wow, everything hits all at once. And so I've been having some problems keeping up with getting my videos edited from our last trip and getting them posted. But definitely check out the Hilton Head Island Resort if you haven't done that already, the Disney resort that they have there in Hilton Head. That is a really great video. We had a lot of fun with that. And then I will be posting in the next day or two a travel day video, traveling from Hilton Head down to Walt Disney World. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And then I've got some other surprises and stuff coming. So bear with me and make sure that you hit that subscribe button and then the bell notification button so that you know when I upload those new videos, since it's been a little bit sporadic, and I do apologize for that. So okay, I think with that being said, are you guys ready for your next Plum Crazy adventure? Because I know I am ready to get you there. Have a good night, everybody.